Okay, hello everyone. This is Jolt here, and we are going to play some Don't Starve. So this game I've played a little of really quick, but, it's still something new to me, so if I die, don't blame me, blame the game. Remember that. It's important. Alright, so let's do this. So I haven't unlocked any characters yet, so we're going to just go with Gentleman Scientist. He grows a magnificent beard, so remember that. Great beards make awesome characters. Alright, so let's get into this. So yeah, I haven't played much of this game yet. So, like I said, it's still new to me, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it. So what's funny is that the voices in this game, they have like that weird awkward noise you're hearing right now. And yeah, this is how you start. You're basically dropped right in, and yeah, you just go for it. Okay, so what you should do first in this game, what I've learned, is you want to basically go around and just collect as much flint, grass, sunflowers, doesn't really matter, and stuff like that. You don't really have to worry about much else. Oh, also saplings, you want twigs. But yeah, you want to just get basically started with just a couple things, nothing too big. Basically, the name of the game is Don't Starve, and that's kind of the idea you're going for, is to not starve. You just want to explore, and you want to survive as long as you can. And you'll see later, based on what's going to happen, stuff. Like up here, obviously where my mouse is, that's the day counter. Your health, obviously, and that's how hungry you are, basically, or what your hunger level is at. And as the day goes on, you'll see what happens more. But yeah, basically what you're doing is you're just trying to collect enough to create a campfire for right now and just survive for the first night. Over here is what you're going to be building. Basically, they're separated by, I guess you could call it topics. Light survival tools, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But yeah, basically, this is what you want to do. Your inventory is down here. This is what's in your hand, your armor, and your hat. Here's your map right here, what I've explored so far. And up here is your technology, I would call it. I don't really know what it's basically research, I guess you could say, too. So, yeah. So that's basically it. So, I'm just going to play a little of this for a little while and see how it goes. Like I said, I've played this a couple times. It's interesting because I actually was doing pretty well in the last run, but I kind of screwed myself over pretty good by running onto a bridge between different biomes and was getting attacked in the pitch black when I was trying to get a campfire set by a tree guard, and he would not leave me the fuck alone. So I was boned because I got killed by the darkness, which I'll also explain later if it ever happens to me. Yeah, so that's really it. So like I said, I'm just going around collecting the resources I feel that I really need right now. I'm gonna get some wood soon. I'll build the axe for that. But yeah, you're basically, like I said at this point, it's just all about collecting those three main resources. The grass, I guess you can consider grabbing food too. Obviously you need the food, like carrots and berries whenever you need it. But mainly it's about flint, twigs, and also the grass, the cut grass. And you can grab logs. Also make note of rabbit holes. Those are going to be important. And if you find any pigmen, or buffaloes I think they're called, because those are going to be very important down the road. You can pick up flowers now, definitely. That's fine if you see them, why not? But yeah. So this is still way early on, but like I said, for those rabbit holes and all the other stuff to make note of, that's where you're going to want to eventually make a camp at, your permanent camp. So just, like I said, note those. Just remember that. So if you decide to make a camp, you will definitely make it around that stuff, because those will be your main sources of food and stuff like that, and stuff that you can use to create other things, which I'll show later. Okay. So let's build an axe. So here's when you can build stuff right here. The stuff in red obviously is locked, and you either don't have what you need, or you need, like down here, you need research. Where can I show that? Like right here, use science machine, which I'll have to build eventually. But right now we're just going to build an axe, so I can just get some wood. Basically, that's just how you do it. So you just chop down the wood, pick up the logs, and you are good to go. So yeah, so that's basically the gist of the game for right now. I mean, there's nothing too big that I haven't talked about already, I believe. So yeah, just want to say thank you to everybody joining me, and hope everybody had a great day, or is having a great day, depending on where you are. This guy, hopefully the gentleman scientist will have a good night. Hopefully he won't die, because that will never be good. I'm sure he does not want to get killed by darkness or any other monsters in this game. Okay, and there's the sign of that it's getting late. When he says you need to make something, don't get too worried like, oh my god, I have to make a fire right now. In the first night, basically, it doesn't matter where you make the fire, I'd say, as long as you got a source of food and everything else. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure when this gets up here to the blue part, the blue/black, you definitely have to have a fire by then. Or at least a torch. Make a torch. Because you do not want to be in the dark, because you will die very fast, especially this early on. So definitely get a campfire soon, which I'm going to make right after this. And I would say, especially if you don't think you have enough wood on the first night yet, to definitely make it by some trees so you have a source to fuel your fire at night, which you'll see right here, he says the fire is getting a little low. So you just want to take your logs here and click add fuel. And then you can click on it again, he'll say it's nice and comfy. That means it's usually good off. And here comes the darkness. And notice, it gets very dark in this game, so basically where there's no source of light, it's going to be dark. So just be aware of that. So you don't want to venture too far out of here, because if you do, you're going to have problems. And you will die on the first night very easily. So like I said, I just like to go and occasionally click on the fire. All you need the fire for is up until this point right here when it turns to yellow again. That's when the new day will start. So your timer is basically this dial moving around. And this right here, come to find out, is actually the moon symbol. And when there's a full moon, we'll find out later that the pigmen, if I can find some of this game, will actually turn into what's called werewolves. Basically, they're like werewolves, and they will attack you. Now, pigmen won't naturally attack you unless you aggravate them or provoke them to attack you first. So, yeah, when that happens, you want to avoid them. So just be wary of that. And, yeah. So you just want to wait out the first night, just run around if you want, and I should eat something because I am almost starving. So I'm going to eat some carrots. And mind you, also, anybody listening to this, if anybody has any other, better ideas on how to do whatever I'm saying, then just don't listen to what I'm saying, because like I said, I'm still new to this game. I've only played 2 run-throughs of it. So yeah. So if I've said something wrong or something that you believe is not the best knowledge or info, then please forgive me. But I think what I know so far, I think I've got a decent understanding at least of this game. Like I said, it's still new to me, so I'm still learning much as everybody else is. Okay. So after that note, here's the new day. So we survived the first night. Now what we can do with the fire is just let it die out. That doesn't matter. And we will be fine with that. So yeah, what you're going to do now is basically you just want to collect as many resources as you can. I like to get a backpack, because what that does is we'll add these spots over here, and yeah, it'll give you a little extra space to carry your stuff. Sorry about that. Text. Okay. So then, looks like my axe was gone, so I'm going to build another axe. Just chop a little more wood and then I'll be good. Okay. So now I'm going to check my map. What I like to do in this game is I like to go on the whole perimeter of what these biomes are essentially. Basically what they are is giant islands, I guess you could say. At least what I've found so far, they've just been giant circular plots of land that you can run around and stuff, and then there will be like bridges that connect different biomes. Sometimes you'll find multiple biomes in one spot, and I'll show you if I can find it, different biomes. Right now we're in a grassland. You can find stuff like just rock biomes. I don't know the specific names for them. I kind of forget. There's one that's a marsh, which if you find a marsh and you're still like on your first day and you have no armor or weapons or anything, completely avoid them, because there are these monsters called tentacles that will completely own you, like destroy you within seconds. And if you see a marsh biome, run. Like, don't even bother exploring it until you feel prepared, because trust me, it is a bad experience. You will not last long. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. So if we look on the map, you'll see this like little connection of land here that goes to another biome, obviously, and if you go out, it will go over the ocean and stuff. But we're gonna stay here for now. We've got most of what we need in this biome. It's pretty good, actually. Okay, so here's like another biome right here with the dirt and everything. The thing is, if you camp out in these at night in areas like this, there will be some trees will actually turn into what are called tree guards. I think that's the name of them. I'm not specific on that, but they will basically attack you, and they are the reason I died in the last game, because I made a camp in this in another biome thinking I would be fine, and I completely forgot about them, and they are relentless. Take it from me, they will chase you to God knows where. And I got screwed hardcore because it was late at night, and the minute you step out of the light, you start getting attacked. So yeah, it didn't end well for me, and I had made it like probably 15 days or something, so I wasn't a happy camper at the end of that, clearly. Yeah, it really sucks. So yeah, just take that from me. Do not make a campfire, at least in the forest biome, because it will not end well for you. I mean, you can make it a little outside. You should be fine. I've done that before. I don't think I've had any problems with it. But yeah, just be wary of that. So yeah, we're just, like I said, collecting more saplings and all that stuff. Most things are stackable in this game, so don't worry too much about that. I think the limit on a couple things I've noticed is 40, I believe. I'm not sure if that's with everything that's stackable or not, but the common things that I have found are about 40 range. They're stackable, and then after that it makes another stack. There are some things that have like a limit of 10 that I know of, that if I decide to pick up later, I might. I won't need them now, so I'm not probably going to do that for a while. But I'll make note of that if I do. Yeah, so that's basically the gist of the game right now. You're just trying to, like in any survival game, just trying to get like a stand and like a good footing in it by just collecting a lot of resources just to get prepared for what's to come, for exploration, and to make obviously your base camp for everything, because there are some things once you place them down you cannot move them, at least not easily move them. So the thing is, when you want to make your base, you want to make it in a place that you feel is gonna be like the best spot that you're gonna always want to come back to, and that will have the most resources around you of what you need at that point in time. So I'll show a couple of those items later, but yeah, that's just one thing you gotta be very, very wary about. Just make sure when you make your base camp, you make it in a place that you plan on staying at. Because if you don't, then it's going to cost you a lot of resources, and it's just going to be a waste of time to make one and then just abandon it. I mean, you could probably make a couple and go to switch between them, especially if you explore farther in the map. But from my experience, making one is the best option. So just note that. Okay, so once again, we're already at the end of the second day. I'm going to use some carrots. There we go, and I'm good. Let's see. So there. So it took us almost about 2 days just to get around the outside of this circle. Alright. So I'm going to make a fire. And the thing I like to do, too, is you might as well wait until the red is gone. Like, wait until the last possible moment, so it will save you some logs, because you don't want to, you have to keep refueling it, obviously, and you don't want to waste resources. So I just like to wait until the last possible moment there, and you can see the dial, and I say right about now should be good. So it should get dark any second now. We're just a little fuel to this. And here comes the darkness. So yeah, so this is really Don't Starve for a game so far, at least the beta version. I don't know, the game is supposedly supposed to come out in March of this year. I don't know what they're going to change or what they're going to add, remove. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but someone else might know more. But for me, I just know that when you buy it on Steam, it comes with 2 copies of the beta version, and you will have the actual copy later on, at least to my knowledge. Let's just add a little more fuel. What I think I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to make a shovel. Yeah. See, and that's the tough thing. You got to find manure for a farm plot, which could be a source of your food. Or you could also make traps for, that's why I said find rabbit holes earlier, because you can trap animals and like right here, and you can attack them that way and use them as a source of food. But yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is build a shovel. So here's a shovel. Let's see how my fire. Okay, so what you can do is you can dig up anything you've already basically taken, like resources like this, and you can get like saplings, grass tuff. If you dig up a stump, you can get another log out of it, which is pretty cool actually. If you dig up a rabbit hole, that will actually cause the rabbit to flee from that area and find another hole basically. And notice, there's a spider actually. Now most people would probably think that those spiders are actually harmful to you, but they're not. Unless you provoke them. That's another case where if you provoke them, they will attack you, but they won't attack you if they're just like wandering. So then if you dig up grass anywhere, you'll find grass turf, which will be important later, but I'm not going to bother with that now. So we're going to keep going. I think also I'll show you this too. If you dig up even one that's not been picked yet, you get a berry bush. See, here's the spider pods. You can attack them if you want at any point, and they will come out and attack to defend themselves. And you can get resources from them, like silk and stuff like that. But I wouldn't do that this early on, because although I've done it before and I've killed like 2 pods, probably not the best idea. But you know, you can do it, but it hurts your health a lot. Like, you'll take a lot of damage, and health at this point is really hard to come by, at least to heal up in a quick manner. So yeah, I would advise against attacking them early on. It's just not a safe idea. So I would just ignore them for right now. So I think what we're gonna do is, since this is a generated map, that's another cool thing, is if you die, you can use the same map that you were already at in the previous game. So I don't know where everything is, but I know a decent amount where stuff is, like where I'm going to find those bridges to other biomes. So we can go to the next one now. So I know what's over in this biome right here. I know the general idea. It's basically the same stuff we've already been picking up. Nothing really different that I haven't seen. There should be a beehive somewhere around here. Where is it? It is right there. Okay. And beehives will be important later. And I'll show you that if I survive that long. Hopefully I do. So yeah, so now we're going to go over here. Nope. Pick up the flag. Thank you. We are going to go to a new biome. Now once again, everything I'm saying is just my strategy in this game. It seems to be working for me most of the time, but some experts in the game, or whatever you want to call them, pros of this game, might say differently than what I'm saying. So once again, take everything with a grain of salt, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it works for me, so that's what I'm going with. I'm sticking to it, unless I find something completely different that works better. But yeah. So here's mining. It's just like anything else in this game. Just find it. Oh, and these are tall birds. The thing is, they're also neutral to you. They won't attack you unless you get close to their eggs, which is right on the ground there. And once they do, they will chase you relentlessly until you get far enough away from it.